Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. My name is Adrian, and today I wanted to talk about how I struggle to get things done a lot of the time. So, I wanted to share to let other people know that I understand this. I know what it's like to just not be able to get yourself to do certain things. So, you're not alone in that if you feel that way a lot. It's frustrating because it really gets in the way at times, especially when you're in school. And I'm so glad that I'm not in school anymore. But if you are, I really feel for you. I've been there. I did well in school, but it wasn't easy. Well, it was easy in the sense that I was gifted with that type of intelligence to be able to do school, but not easy when it came to things like not procrastinating and making sure I remember things all the time and motivating myself to do work for classes that I didn't have any interest in. There's a lot of boring, mundane tasks that we have to do sometimes as people, and I'm really not the best at those things. There are just some things that I will avoid like no other, doing anything but the thing that I really need to be doing. Like, I'd sooner clean my entire house than, say, write the essay for the class that I hate. But the times I really feel bad about procrastinating things is when I'm just doom scrolling. And every time I think about what I should be doing, I just scroll harder. And I just become increasingly more anxious. And so procrastination is a huge thing. And then another obstacle that really gets in the way is lack of skill when it comes to prioritizing tasks. Because for some reason, I can never just address one thing at a time. Everything floods into my mind all at once, and then it all feels urgent and overwhelming. And I always feel like I should have had everything done already. I always want it all taken care of immediately, and like not just immediately, but like simultaneously. And because obviously you can only do so much at one time, and humans really aren't that great at multitasking, not as good as we think we are. So, anyway, I just end up getting overwhelmed and not accomplishing anything because I basically just become frozen. Sometimes I can't even get myself to physically move. It's like in my head, I will be telling myself to get up and do a certain thing, and nothing is happening. I'm just staring off into space, frozen. But, you know, also, this isn't the worst thing in the world because sometimes it just shows you exactly what you don't need to be doing. Because sometimes you just got to wake up to the fact that you're not living a life that suits you. And so then that can be your motivation to make a change, to set your life up in a different way. Because just because everyone else is happy living a certain kind of life doesn't mean that you have to live that way too. So it can open you up to exploring alternatives and discovering how you can organize your life in a way that works better for you, because sometimes you can just eliminate certain tasks from your life. Like, you have a problem getting this done, you can shift that so you don't actually have to do that. Like, I mean, like, if it's a job you're doing or like something else, maybe you can delegate that task to somebody else, like some sort of trade off. Like, I would rather do this and then you could do this or whatever. Hire somebody to like clean your house if that's the thing, whatever. Though, yes, of course, there's always going to be some things that you just have to do, even though you can't stand doing it. But I'll tell you something else I also struggle with is prioritizing things that I want to do too, not just things that I have to. I'm just always thinking about so many things at once, and that even makes it difficult for me to keep up with the things that I enjoy doing as well. Because I'm like, I can do this, or I can do this, or I can do this. And then I just end up watching videos on my phone or something, just doing nothing. And so this is what has always kind of made me feel like time is my enemy because I never feel like there's enough of it to do everything that I need to do. And that can go into feeling all sorts of negative self beliefs about, not being enough and being defective in some way or something. And it's not always the biggest struggle, but sometimes, or probably actually often, it is. And that's okay. And really the thing is we can change our relationship to time with more presence. That's definitely something. But it's something that I struggle with because when you spend your whole life kind of like not feeling entirely safe, like especially with your emotions because the people around you can't handle your emotions. And then if you just feel kind of unsafe all the time because you feel like you're always in trouble and things like this, it's like the chaos feels like a false peace to you and then you don't know how to actually handle peace. So it's something that I struggle with, but I know that in the end, more presence actually allows you to feel like you have more time and it makes it easier to do things. But it's really difficult when you're not used to that and then you also have ADHD and your thoughts are just all over the place and you do struggle with executive functioning and all these things. But it's okay not to have everything figured out yet. Like, I know that it's distressing though, because it does interfere with living your life the way that you actually want to be living a lot of the times. Because, like I said, it can even be hard just to be able to do things that you enjoy, just because you've got so much going on in your mind, and you're like, I don't, you can't figure out what to do first and how to just take things one thing at a time. So, I just want you to know that it's okay to not have it all figured out. I know sometimes we see people online who like tell you like, this is how I changed my life and this is how I solved all my ADHD problems, and like this is the the formula for how I've overcome these things. And sometimes it just doesn't. It's just not that easy. And like, yeah, you can find things that work for you. It's probably gonna be different for you. Like it's very individual thing. Not all the same things work for the same people. You just got to find what works for you. And then even when you find that, you aren't going to be perfect at it all the time. And so, it's okay to have those times where things just don't seem to be working the way that you want them to. You don't have to be hard on yourself. We all struggle, and it's okay if you haven't figured it out. So I just wanted to share that, I guess, because I'm all about sharing and letting people know that you're not the only one who feels a certain way or who struggles with certain things. It's it's okay. It takes time learning how to navigate these things. It's all a process. So, yeah, that's it for today's video. I thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like, comment down below, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.